Okay, people, so today we'll be making illustration for this particular gown, and this illustration will be done with pattern paper. Okay, so first thing you are going to do is, I'm not saying that without pattern paper you cannot sew this cloth though, but I'm saying that this is what I use and it comes perfectly well. For us that are into ready to wear business, okay, there's a lot of corners we cut. If not, you won't be able to make sales. Okay, so I want to plot out my pattern now. Okay. Depends on how deep you want the back to be. Okay, but here I want the back and the front to be the same, because that is what is in the picture. Okay, and then you can see that the curving. Okay, so let's label this. This is our bust line, this is our under bust, this is our waistline, and this is our hip line. Now if you look at that slanting of that sleeve, you will see that it came a little bit below the hip line, so we are going to be ending ours here. Now for the front design, it came a little bit above the bust line. That means the cleavage was not really showing that much, so we can make it like 7 inches from here. Okay, so you do what works for you. Okay, you do what works for you. Okay, so or put it where you want it to be. Okay, now a little bit, though this is too low because that one came up a little, but I want my cleavage to be showing. So this is where I'm going to be starting out from. Now we use the normal 3 inches standard neckline width. Okay, so we are going to be shifting it a little. I want my neck to be a little bit exposed, and this is it here. Okay, and this is it here. Now it depends on where you want your sleeve to get to. Remember that this sleeve does not have joining at the shoulder. Okay, this sleeve does not have joining at the shoulder, so whatever you cut out, okay, whatever you cut out will definitely run over the shoulder like this. Okay, I'll show you in this video. By the end of this video, you will understand what I mean. Okay, so now this is it now. So it depends on where you want the sleeve length to get to. Okay, it depends on where you want the sleeve length to get to. Okay, now make sure you slant it by 2 inches at where it ends. Okay, so now we are going to be extending this our shoulder line this way. Just extend it, and thereby you have ended up slanting it. Okay, now you talk of the sleeve opening. You know that if you look at the picture very well, apart from the sleeve opening, there's an attachment to the sleeve. Okay, you can attach that one outside of the when you are finished cutting. Okay, so here I'm using the whole of this cardboard sheet. Now you are going to be connecting straight down to this place. Okay, you are going to be connecting straight down to this place to fold this area. Okay, then you also fold this area. If you mark here, now you are going to connect this like so. So this is your sleeve. Then you cut out. Okay, so when you get here, you will come in by 2 inches, okay, and you now curve it out like so. Okay, you now curve it out, and okay, now remember that this you will now cut out this one. Remember that you are cutting out this one on fold, so I want to cut it out on fold now. This is our gown, okay, this is our gown. Now you can decide to play with it. You can decide to take away this one, and use another material to cut it and join here, okay, and it will still be beautiful. Okay, the front and the back is the same thing. So guys, okay, so this is the pattern that we cut out, okay, but I want to play with this material, and I want to show you how you too can also play with the material, right? So I'm going to be using 2 different materials for this gown. Now I'm going to be using this one. This is the down part of it, okay, the center part of it. I'm going to be using this material, but for the 2 sleeves, okay, I'll be using this particular material, okay. So now let me cut out this one. Now remember that whatever you do for the front, you also do for the back. The front and the back, if you look at that gown, the front and the back is the same thing. So whatever you cut on the front, you will also cut on the back, okay. So we are cutting out the front now. Just know that the same way you cut out the front is the way you are going to cut out the back, and then you join. The main bodies, which is the center, will be this material, while the sleeve will be this material. Okay, let's go ahead and cut it. Now as you are cutting, you are going to give 1/2 inch allowance, okay, sewing allowance as you are cutting. Okay, so this is the sleeve. You also cut out, giving 1/2 inch sewing allowance. Okay, so if to avoid it being confusing, okay, to avoid it being confusing to you, you can label it, label the sides, so that you will not be confused, okay. You can label the sides so that you will not be confused, okay. So Okay, so you can see how beautiful this gown has turned out. Okay, you can see how beautiful it has turned out. So when the person wears it, it comes out down this way, comes down this way. Guys, it's a very beautiful gown. Okay, you can see. Just know that the way you cut the front is going to be the way you are going to cut the back. Okay, let me take it to the sewing machine and join it, and then come back to show you. So guys, this is your gown. Okay, so when the person wears it, this place is going to fall a little bit this way. Okay, and you can see your beautiful ready-made wear is ready. Do well to attach any trimming, any ribbon, whatever it is you want to attach. Turn here with bias, do your hemming, and your gown is set. Now remember to attach a smaller sleeve here, maybe an elastic band. As you can see in the picture, there's a small elastic there. Okay, and your gown is ready. Very beautiful gown.